So everyone's so nervous about these Trump terrorists, Elon Musk, and all this politic nonsense. Now, I don't care about politics, but I'm here to give you the facts about e-commerce and building an online business. I don't care which side you stand on. Let's not talk about that. But what we should talk about is why high-ticket dropshipping will always win during these tough times in the economy. So, reason number one is recession-proof. This business model is recession-proof. Why and how, may you ask? Well, everyone is talking about the economy, but my community and I are absolutely crushing it despite what everyone else is talking about inside the economy. Because rich people will spend money no matter what economy we're in. They're going to have money during down times. They're going to have money during up times. They will have money no matter what. And I realized there's so much money out there. Like I was on a trip one time a few weeks ago in New York City and just chilling in the sauna at Lifetime Gym, and there was two 8-figure entrepreneurs just casually just talking about real estate, and then a few more joined the sauna room, and it's like this is the norm. Like money is everywhere. People have money. People are going to spend money no matter what economy that we're in that are rich. So that's why you should target rich people by doing high ticket dropshipping. Reason number two is that big retailers are still operating on this business model. So retailers like Wayfair, Amazon, Home Depot, Lowe's, etc. There's so many online retail stores that operate on this business model, and they're all still crushing it. E-commerce is a booming economy, no matter what economy that we're in, because fundamentally it does not make sense to stock millions and millions of inventory for expensive products like saunas, massage chairs, fireplaces, greenhouses. It doesn't make sense to stock all of these, because it takes up a lot of space, and then you have to pay to ship that product more than once. Unless it's moving, unless it's selling a ton like something low ticket, which you absolutely don't need to do, because with high ticket, you sell one high ticket product, that's like selling 100 low ticket products. Same effort, same amount of way less time needed to just service one customer versus 100 customers. So fundamentally, it does not make sense to stock all this inventory, especially high ticket. And the business model, but the business that dropships instead of holding inventory will have a leaner operation, because you don't have to ship multiple products twice, and you don't need to have that risk of having inventory expenses, things that won't sell just yet. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I literally just made a $6,000 sale. I don't know if I can show you, but literally I'm doing high ticket dropshipping live as we're speaking. So fundamentally, it does not make sense to stock all these inventory. It doesn't mean that there's no pros to carry inventory, but as a beginner with limited capital, less than 100,000, dropshipping is the best way to go about building a profitable online business. Reason number three is going to be unlimited niches. You can say niches, I say niches, whatever. I truly believe there are unlimited niches for hot e-commerce. Every time I do some niche research, I'm amazed that there's just new and unique product types that I find each and every single time. This leads me to believe that there's so many niches out there, and even if you pick a niche that's competitive, which we'll talk about in reason number 4, you can still make this work. Because competitive niches, it might take a year for you to reach 10K a month profit. Medium competition may take you 6 months. This is also considering that you're putting in the same amount of effort depending on all these niches, and you know exactly what to do. Okay, low competition niches, you can reach 10K a month profit in 2 to 3 months. It doesn't matter, but I'm sure you can get to 10K a month profit as with any niche. Because most people pick a competitive niche and they never stick it long enough to realize that 10K a month profit mark and beyond, and that's why they end up giving up. It's not because the niche is too competitive. It's not like, unless they can't just get in with suppliers, then that's a different story. It's really the unfortunate part about this is that most people that pick these niches, they just pick the most competitive ones, and they're beginner in business and they don't know exactly what to do. So don't pick a competitive niche if you don't know what to do. Pick a non-competitive niche, so something with ideally less than 15 competitors. Even less, even better. But competition equals demand. I don't believe there's niches that have zero competition. Otherwise, there would be zero demand. This business model works. Me and my business partner run 4 active stores right now, and we have upwards of 6 active stores at one point, which each were all profitable. That just shows you in any niche you can make profits. All right, reason number 4 is you can use the pivot strategy to see success. Say you own like a fitness store like this store right here, and you're just selling the cable machines, the weight machines, but you're not really finding any sales or sale consistency. Then you add the free weights, the cardio equipment, maybe the ladders, the step ladders, vibration plates, and you start going to cold plunges and saunas. You keep pivoting, or I wouldn't even say pivot is the right word. You just branch off your product catalog to more related products that would still fit under your niche, because it's fitness, and if you're fitness, you will need a sauna, because like literally every gym nowadays has a sauna in it. It's literally part of fitness. Cold plunge, same thing. Massage chairs, same thing for relaxation. They all fit under the same fitness niche. So one unique mechanism of this business model is that there's always solutions to your problems. Okay, if you're not making sales, then you need to troubleshoot which one of these 4 formulas you're doing wrong. Either it's website, ads, sales process, or the supplier. One of the 4 areas you need to improve to see sales. And the results are not where you want to be. It's simply because you don't have one of these 4 areas dialed in. It's essentially an unlimited way to guarantee yourself success with high-tech e-commerce, because the more competitive a niche is, the more work you need to put into. Maybe it's your offer creation, your product optimization, your shopping feed optimization, your product page optimization, all these optimizations that are needed to essentially compete and beat your competition. Because at the end of the day, if you're selling the same product as someone else, all you really need to do is do one thing or multiple things better than someone else to win that sale over the customer. And you do that long, consistent enough, so that way your competition falls off or they quit, and that way you can stay on top. And that's why I have my store for 4 years now, and I've seen stores that came up when I first started and the stores that closed. And I'm able to compete simply because I have all this ad data that's 4 years old at this point. And someone that's starting out, they don't have all that data. I have all that ads data. That's advantage of starting out. But that shouldn't discourage you from starting, because the longer you are in this business, the bigger you build out the moat and that advantage to your store. Okay, and reason number 5 is this business is only saturated for unskilled entrepreneurs. Okay, and you probably don't want to hear this, because you really like this business model, or you're considering starting this business model. But if this business model does not work for you, you simply are not good enough, because business is really just about optimizing and becoming the best in your industry. Okay, it may not be a reason for high-tech dropshipping, but believe there's never a such thing as saturation. The best of the best will always win in any industry. For example, real estate is the biggest example. 10% of the agents make up 80% of revenue, and 90% of the agents are just scrapping by. Okay, this is how I pretty much view competition, because blaming competition is never the best way to go about your situation. And if you're afraid of competition, then business may not be for you, because competition is what sets different entrepreneurs apart. And this is what makes a good entrepreneur versus one that will fail. Okay, because business is literally war. You need to treat it like war, because you need an unfair advantage and you need to lean into it, and you don't want to give that unfair advantage to anyone else. You want to keep finding unfair advantages, so that way you can stay on top of things and keep scaling your business, keep printing money, and keep investing. And eventually you just want to retire and you don't care about your competition, because you're done, you're set for life. And that's essentially business in a nutshell. So that is high-tech dropshipping and why it will always work in 2025 and beyond. I don't believe this business model will go out of date. If anything, this will become more and more popular, and it's never been a better time to get started with high-tech dropshipping. Check out some of my free resources down below. And if you want to work directly with my team and I to build a $10,000 a month profit e-commerce business guaranteed in writing in 6 months, then apply for coaching down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.